I'm back. Hello, everyone. We're still here in a beautiful, glorious South Africa. I'll put some flowers behind me. That's better. Yeah, so here's today's summary. It was a little hectic today. A little hectic every day, but lesson learned today. Slow down. It's all going to happen. Go with the flow. I'm thirsty. So today I took off for Hermanus, left Tom here with the dogs. I had my shopping list, everything we needed, or everything we thought we needed. But the priority is really transportation and communication. I've kind of been using the international service with Verizon, and it's just not working very well as far as the cellular wire. Anyway, using apps on the cellular data. I keep losing signal and not sure why, but yeah, so I got to town. First of all, it took forever to get the Uber because we're out of town. Nobody wants to come this far out of town. But finally, so I've learned that lesson. Give myself a good 40 minutes if I want to get an Uber, just to, in case takes a while. It took a while this morning. So I finally got the Uber. It finally came after about 40 minutes. And that was great. Got into town. And so the first priority, I wanted to go ahead and start looking for a vehicle. With the dogs, I mean, I guess we could probably find a pet-friendly, you know what I'm thinking of, my brain. Anyway, we'll get to that too. So I was looking for a pet-friendly car rental. It's tricky. It's difficult. I think it can be done, but I thought, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to go look at the vehicles that we've been looking at. They've all been a particular brand. So we were looking at GWMs. Tom calls them GMWs as a joke because they're very nice cars. They're beautiful, but it is not BMW or GMW. It is GWM. Stands for Great Wall Motors. They're Chinese cars. The one we're looking at is awesome. If you want to Google it, it's a P300. It's a four-wheel drive truck. Not truck here though, it's a bakkie. They call them bakkies. So it's four-wheel drive, beautiful truck. It's got the 360 cameras and heated seats and sunroof, and yeah, it's a really nice truck. And so I went and looked at that. That took longer than I thought, and that was another lesson I have to remind myself of. I mean, yeah, it's been 25 years, but I remember very well. Plan on 2 to 3 times as long as you expect something to take, just like the Uber this morning. So it took a little while at the dealership, but I did get to go on a test drive. They had a beautiful one there with a lift kit already on it. Those things you step on. I think people aren't working. The little steppy things to get in because it's lifted, and already had all-terrain tires. So we were kind of hoping to get that one, but I just found out a short time ago that the display isn't available for sale. But there is a similar one with all the stuff in Durban that they can bring down. It is a bit of a process to purchase a car here. First of all, we need proof of address, and they're double checking to see if our offer to purchase is good. I think it is. And then you have to get this transportation license thing. I think it's kind of like your license plate, but you apply for it somehow before you get a car, and then that's your plate forever and ever moving forward. It's something like that. I was struggling to understand, but that's what it seemed like. But that has to be applied for from the South African government. And it does take 2 to 6 weeks, I think he said. But what they're going to do, should we move forward with this, which hopefully we can, hopefully all's well, they're going to actually, so we'll pay for the car and do everything like we're buying it, but they're going to keep it in their name until we can get our license, so that we can have a car without having to wait for that process, because, you know, just like any country, government processes take time. So, and definitely no different here in South Africa. So vehicle is in process. It could be a bit of a timely process, though. I'm hoping not, because gosh, I want to get out and explore so bad. But I'm reminding myself over and over and over again, we have the rest of our lives to explore. It doesn't all have to happen today. And that's another one of those lessons that I need to learn. I've always needed to learn, because I'm always, and it doesn't have to be that way. We can just step back, take some time, breathe a little bit. Absolutely beautiful here again today. It was a little warmer, and it got a tiny bit humid for a minute, because we did get a little bit of rain last night, which is definitely much needed. There's been a lot of fire activity in the area. It's an active fire season, so the rain is very welcome. Let's see. So, oh, I guess I should backtrack to last night. There's just a poop ton of birds. They're very cute right here. So I went live before we went out, but those of you that saw the little reel I posted, we already met one of the 3 herds. They're wild horses. And kind of, I guess, like they explained today, people who were talking to that I'll get to shortly, they're more feral than wild. They actually have been around the community so long that they will walk right up to you, but you don't want them to do that, because they will walk right up to you and then they will bite you. So the wild horses here are very cool, but keep your distance. So that was neat. I also saw a beautiful blue heron, great blue heron, some Egyptian geese, and some kind of loon bird. I haven't looked it up yet, so I can't tell you what that was. But so we saw all those on our evening walk last night before we went to dinner. Went to dinner, celebrated with some Castle lagers, which are hard to find in the States, but very good beer. We enjoyed them very much, just as we did previously when we were here. Yeah, that was last night, and then got caught up back to the dealership today, since I skipped last night and jumped to today. So I was at the dealership. I did take the truck on a test drive. I love it. It's wonderful. Hopefully, again, that process will go smoothly. If not, if it takes time, so be it. We'll eventually have wheels. We will eventually have a car. What I didn't realize when I woke up this morning is I think I was on adrenaline of the trip and the everything and the build up to coming and all that. Yesterday, I think I was still on that adrenaline, that high. But today, I hit the wall. Damn. I was totally jet lagged today. Didn't really even realize it until later in the day when I was talking to people, and I was just, so feeling very jet lagged today. But yeah, so finished up at the car dealership, and all of this is probably feeding off of that jet lag. I'm struggling, like I mentioned earlier, with my phone connecting to my Uber app. So I, have you saw you want me to close the windows, honey? So I went from the dealership to the, Whale Coast Mall. I'm thinking Great Lakes Mall. Not there anymore. We're at the Whale Coast Mall. And I think what I wasn't prepared for with my jet lag is the malls in the States have become such a graveyard. At least, the malls, definitely the Lakes Mall. Oh my gosh, it's like there's hardly any stores left. And to walk into this huge, enormous, vibrant, packed, busy, every storefront filled mall just kind of threw me for a loop because I'm not used to that. So I'm jet lagged, I'm tired, I'm feeling out of sorts, I'm having trouble with my Uber app, and here I am going, oh my gosh, I have this grocery list of stuff. I had to be back here by 1. It took a lot longer at the dealership than I expected. And I had to be back here in Fisher Haven, which is about a 15-minute drive, at 1 so that we could get ready to see our house that's coming. So I was just standing there in the mall going, oh my gosh. Part of my list was pet store. So first I went to the pet store. The pet store was pretty small. So I went ahead, I skipped that. I'm like, okay, food and, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look. Oh my gosh, honey, come here. They walked right past me. Honey. Oh my gosh. Oh, can I zoom in on the live? These guys are so cute. They're not guineas. Maybe they're female guineas. I don't know. Oh my goodness. All 3 of them walked right past me. Sorry, people. The wildlife here is incredible. So when I see something new, I get excited. Anyway, so yeah, so the pet store didn't work out. It was a small one. It wasn't like a big PetSmart or anything like that. I'm sure they have one of those, and I'll find that eventually. Didn't quite have everything I needed or what I was looking for. So then I was like, okay, time's running short. This is crazy. I'm feeling disoriented. I need to just get the essentials. So I went to a store for groceries because we need stuff to eat. It was coming up on noon, and I know Tom hadn't eaten yet, and he was back here with the dog. So I went to this place called Food Lovers Market. It's a lot like a Whole Foods, only not whole paycheck. Beautiful store, prepared foods, fresh foods, wonderful, great stuff. So I went there, grabbed him some meat pies, me some spicy samosas, came back and ate. And then the exciting part of our day, after we ate, our agent came and picked us up so that we could go see our new home for the first time ever. So exciting, finally. And this is what's helping me kind of stop and accept the fact that we have the rest of our lives to explore. The fact that to go there and to actually be there in our house that we've been so excited about and so nervous about because we did it online. We've never actually seen it. So we got to go. Tom walked over with the dogs. The current owners are still in the house. They're in the process of moving out. And so they were there to walk us through the house, tell us about some of the intricacies and where this was and that was, how to turn on this, how to turn on that. And just to be able to be there and see it. Even cooler than that. I mean, even cooler than the fact that the home was better than we expected it to be, which is pretty stinking awesome. And I'm sorry, no video. There are some things that you just have to be there and be present for. And I know I had a ton of people telling me to take video when we went today, and I just didn't. I wanted to be present for the people that are sharing their home with us, giving us their home. Well, not giving it to us, but you know, it was very obvious in talking to them that that home was a labor of love for them. Everything about it. He's like, oh, we did this and we did that, and we have this if you want it to do, because I was going to do such and such and such and such. So just to see how much they love the home, to see the home, to know how much, for them to be able to see how much we love the home, but above and beyond. So they put their dog in a little area away around the barbecue pit, is a little fenced area. So they put her in there so that our dogs could just be. Within literally 30 seconds, they were like, this is home. This is home. And they're all running around with smiles on, drinking the water, looking through the house, running around the yard. They loved it. The dogs are so happy and they're so excited. I can't wait till we're all in the house. So yes, we did finally get to see it. no, I don't have anything to share with you about it. Although we did make quite a connection with the owner, so I don't know, maybe at some point we'll go over there. I offered to help them if they need help, since we're stuck here in town and don't have anything much else to do. And the other good news was they have a really nice fridge and dishwasher that I thought they were taking because our agent was going to see if we could buy it, and we didn't ever hear. They're not. They're looking to get rid of it. So it looks like some of those essentials we'll be able to maybe buy from the owners instead of having to go out and go shopping and find a new fridge and find a new this and find a new that. And unfortunately they got rid of their washing machine yesterday, their closed washing machine, or we could have had that as well, and then we would have been set with our appliances. We wouldn't have had to worry about it, but it doesn't matter. It's glorious. It's a beautiful home. I cannot wait to move in. Cannot wait to share it with you. And I was just tickled pink and pleased as punch to see how much joy it brought the dogs. The yard here is wonderful in our guest house, but it's small. So for them to be able to just zoom all over the yard, it was very cool. It was very nice. We stayed and talked for quite a while. We looked around. Again, their stuff was still in there, so that was another reason I didn't want to video. I'm not going to video of strangers packing up their house because there's a lot of stuff they're still in the middle of packing. We have a beautiful storage building in the back that maybe we can use for fishing rods, but I was also thinking maybe part of it can be used for a chicken coop, but we'll see. So there's all these ideas, and just it was just a joy to see it and to spend some time with the people that loved it so much. Their health is declining, so they are going to be living closer to their kids so that their kids can help take care of them. So what else? Because the joy that seeing the house brought me, and the joy of seeing the dogs, and just knowing that everything is going to be okay. Sorry, I just got a message from a car dealership. I always halt when things happen. But just knowing that everything's going to be okay and we're heading in the right direction slowed me down, stopped me in my tracks a little bit, and I went ahead. This place is small, but it's nice, it's clean, it's convenient, it's in the same town that we're in. The price is great. So I went ahead and booked this through the 30th so that we don't have to do anything, go anywhere, just stay here, relax, and unwind in our new hometown until we can actually move into our own house. So it was a very good day. We are gonna spend the afternoon taking a walk down to the estuary. This time I am gonna actually take my camera, something I haven't done in a very long time. That thing hasn't been out for a while. So because I am taking it, we won't see the horses and we won't see the herons or anything, but that's okay. Just getting out and being out is great. The other thing that I did see as far as just tracking our wildlife, there's not a horrible ton. We're not going to see lions and giraffes and zebras right here in Fisher Haven or anything. But there's tons of birds. I don't know if you see them flying all over the place. I don't know. They're going crazy right now. I saw my first tortoise on this trip. I mean, I've seen tortoise up and Kruger before, but I saw our first tortoise, and I guess there's quite a few in the area, so we'll be seeing tortoises regularly. The owners of our home, the previous owners of our future home, were telling us about some of the birds. I guess there's an owl that's like 2.5, 3 feet a tall, big owl that like comes out and hangs out on the telephone pole right by the house every morning. So looking forward to that. So there's owls in the area. There's also a couple of different birds of prey that we should be seeing here and there. And then of course all the waterfowl. I personally, we got to see the ocean on the way here from Cape Town, but I got to see Walker Bay, which is the bay here in Hermanus. I got to see that as I was coming into town. So I got to see the ocean today. I can't wait till, so yes, we have our whole lives to explore, but I wish that some of these first were shared, but it's really hard with the dogs. One of us is going to always have to stay home with the dogs until we have them in our own place. We can't leave them here at the guest house. I just don't feel right about that. So until we either have a vehicle and can take them with us, or we have, or we get moved in on the 30th, we're just going to kind of be taking turns other than walking around Fisher Haven, the estuary, and things like that, which will be exciting too. And I'll make little videos hopefully every other day or so, like I did last night. So trying to think if there's any other updates for today. I'm excited to see what I got from the car dealership, because it looks like I might have got the quote. They needed some paperwork and they weren't sure, since the offer to purchase isn't like proof of current address, if that was going to work. But that if we got a quotation, then that means it probably did, and that's a good thing. Yes, because as soon as we can start getting out, oh my gosh, it's going to be glorious. It's just, I can't tell you people how I can't tell you how joyous and wonderful and peaceful. Oh my gosh, I mean, I personally have not felt peace all year. I mean, it's just been so hard at home. Yeah. I can't agree with a lot of what's going on, and it just tore me apart. And to be honest, okay, so I'll get a little political today. Just personally, how it's affected us. We literally sat at Dallas scared. We didn't know. I mean, are we going to be able to get on this flight? In the days leading up to it, our flight's going to be leaving. Are people going to let us fly? I mean, there were just all those questions. It's so, I know, maybe some people think that's paranoid. Maybe some people don't think that things are getting that bad, but truly they are getting that bad. I'm just asking Minnesota. I saw a horrible post from a Minnesotan today on Facebook that they just feel alone. Is anyone out there? Is anyone going to help us? And I feel like the whole well, not the whole United States. I feel that people with my political bend in the United States feel that way too. But there's no one that can help. We have to help ourselves. I'm sorry. You have to help yourself. I will do what I can from here, but I'm 100% honest. I don't have it in me. During the whole Iraq debacle, I marched every week in San Francisco. I let my voice be heard. I don't have that in me anymore, especially when I see how hard this time compared to that time, how far the divide is. The divide is so wide. There are people that just don't care about people that they think are below them, when we're honestly, we're all equal. In fact, right now, I sometimes wonder, anyway, but I'm not going to get that bad. It just, we were scared to death. And that was a lot of our anxiety and a lot of our fear leading up to the trip was, are we going to be out in time? Are we going to be able to go? Are we going to be able to get out of the country before it's not something that can happen anymore? So that's where we were. And that's why our plan to retire moved very, 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 very quickly, a lot faster than it was supposed to, because, yeah, Sue, I know. Because it just, anyway, I don't want to dwell on it, but I do need to acknowledge that is why we moved years sooner than we expected to. And I will tell you that, cute bird, I felt like I was being selfish in a lot of ways until I have seen the effects of leaving on my body. I literally have dropped my long-acting insulin already by 4 units a day, which is huge. And I still struggle to keep my levels up. My alarm was going off all night last night. Wake up, eat freaking chocolate, drink juice, and yeah, so fingers crossed. As I hoped, this journey will also help lengthen our lifespans and our increase our health and wellness. Foods are different here. Everything's fresh. Butchers everywhere. Tomorrow, we can't get to the beautiful big market in Hyrcanus, but right here in our little town of Fisher Haven, there's going to be a market, and we're going to walk over there. And I will take videos tomorrow. I will do my job tomorrow. Today was just, like I said, I had no idea. I was so jet lagged, and I was so overwhelmed. So I did nothing. Plus, I was in an Uber. Because we have to travel separately, I'm in an Uber, and yes, they say as long as you use the app, you're safe. And I need to stop thinking in terms of how to put this. There is crime here. There's crime everywhere. There's crime of opportunity here. And one of the things that Tom and I used to talk about all the time is the difference between the crime here and the crime in the United States. I understand the crime here. I understand people struggling to survive and people that can't put enough food on their plates and watching their children starve. I will never, ever understand people walking into a school building and shooting children. I will never understand people walking into a mall and shooting people, walking into a synagogue or a church and shooting people for no reason. So that's the difference for me. And that's why I can't say I don't mind the crime here. I do. Crime anywhere is a problem. But I understand it. And if you understand the crime, you can be vigilant and try to mitigate any problem or anything that would increase the opportunity. Don't walk around and show off. Don't let people know you have money. Don't leave things unlocked. Don't, just common sense things. But to be in a place where the crime is so random and unpredictable, I can't control what mall I walk into when I have to buy something or what church I may attend. So that's a big part of, anyway, that all stems from me being in an Uber. I didn't want to pull out my phone. I didn't want to, be videoing like I'm a tourist. So yeah, a lot of that stuff will happen once we have our own car. But anyway, so that's a little background on life and adjustments here, and just remembering to always lock your doors and always be respectful and always, be vigilant to avoid situations that would allow for something like that to happen. But again, much rather be in a place where I understand the crimes than in a place where they just happen for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Well, there is a reason, but my personal thoughts on that are mental health care, people not being so divisive, all of those things, bringing communities back together, starting at the grassroots. And that's where countries like South Africa do shine, in that people are there for each other. Oh my gosh, we've already met so many people. We're at the local pub grub is called the White Rabbit, and that's where we've already eaten twice just because it's very close. We can walk there. Dog friendly, but we met a bunch of folks from here in Fisher Haven last night. The good news is one of them's a dog sitter, yeah. So, gosh, where do I go with that? I don't know what started that, but anyway, I probably should go now because I'm losing my train of thought. But yeah, it's wonderful, and I will continue to go live daily as long as you guys are good with being bored stiff by my rambling rants. I'm going to go wake Tom up, and we're going to go for a walk to the estuary, swing by the little supermarket, and see what we want to do about dinner, maybe grab a bottle of water, and that'll be our evening. But as I mentioned, I will take my camera along tonight. So I'm starting to feel comfortable enough in this area. I can throw it in a bag and we're fine. This is a very, very incredible community. Yeah, and I think that's where that's why I brought up the people we met. And then also the guy at the car dealership lives in Fisher Haven. So a lot of people live here, and it's just a wonderful place to be. So everyone have a wonderful rest of your day. It is winding down to evening here, and our agent brought us a bottle of wine to congratulate us on finally seeing our house. So we'll probably have a glass of wine after we get back and call it a night. But hopefully tomorrow will be a little more exciting. Maybe that was some good news from the dealership. Although it sounds like the car that we want is in Durban, so it'll probably be a few days before we have a vehicle, even if things are able to move forward more quickly. But that's good, because we have the rest of our lives. We know we've made a brilliant decision, and that not only do we love our new house, the dogs do as well. And we're helping incredible people move on to their next stage in life as well, because they were great. Cheers. Anyway, everyone have a good day, and